$65 billion. Gone. Stolen. The largest financial fraud in history. One man fooled Wall Street, Hollywood, and even Washington, D.C. His name? Bernie Madoff. And this is the story of how the world's most trusted billionaire became its greatest thief. Queens, New York, the 1940s. Bernard Lawrence Madoff was born to a working-class family. He wasn't born into wealth. No private jets, no silver spoon, just ambition. As a teenager, he worked as a lifeguard. He installed sprinklers to make extra cash. By his 20s, he saved $5,000. And with that, he started his own firm, Bernard L. Madoff Investment Securities. A small, humble operation, but Madoff had something priceless, the ability to make people trust him. And on Wall Street, trust is everything.
By the 1980s, Madoff was no longer small-time. He had built a reputation as a pioneer, one of the first to use electronic trading. Efficient, reliable, brilliant. His firm grew. His influence spread. He became chairman of NASDAQ, a Wall Street icon. He moved among the elite, luxury homes in Manhattan, a mansion in Palm Beach, a yacht named Bull. Charities praised him, celebrities trusted him, even regulators respected him. Bernie Madoff wasn't just successful, he was untouchable. Or so it seemed.
Madoff's pitch was seductive. Consistent returns, 10 to 12% every single year, no matter what the market did. To investors, it sounded like magic. But he packaged it as science. He called it his split-strike conversion strategy. Complicated words, but the results were simple. Profit, year after year. In good times, in bad times, always profit. And investors lined up. Wealthy families, Hollywood stars, charities, European banks, even billion-dollar hedge funds. They all trusted Bernie because he had never failed them. At least, not on paper. The truth? There was no strategy, no magic, no investments at all. It was a Ponzi scheme, the biggest in history. New money in, old money out. Fake account statements printed in his office. Fake trade tickets forged by his staff. Fake returns created by outdated computers. It was smoke and mirrors. But Bernie understood psychology. He played on greed. He played on fear of missing out. And he played on exclusivity. If you begged to invest with him, he might say no. And that made people want him even more. It was brilliant manipulation. And it worked.
But behind the illusion, there were victims. Tens of thousands of them. Retirees who lost their life savings, middle-class families who trusted him with their kids' college funds, charities who believed their donations were safe. One Holocaust survivor lost everything. He said, "I survived the camps, but I couldn't survive Bernie Madoff." Celebrities like Kevin Bacon and Steven Spielberg lost millions. The Elie Wiesel Foundation for Humanity wiped out. A cancer charity, gone. Hospitals forced to shut down. Ordinary people forced to sell their homes. Lives shattered. Dreams destroyed. All because they trusted one man.
But here's the shocking part. People knew something was wrong. As early as 1999, a man named Harry Markopolos blew the whistle. He crunched the numbers, and within 5 minutes, he knew it was impossible. No one can beat the market this consistently, he said. He filed detailed reports to the SEC. He begged regulators to investigate. 2001, 2005, again and again. But the SEC looked away. Why? Because Bernie was too respected, too powerful, too connected.
The watchdogs closed their eyes, and the scam kept growing.
Then came 2008, the financial crisis. Markets crashed, fears spread, and suddenly, investors wanted their money back. Billions in withdrawals. But Bernie didn't have the money. There had never been any money. The illusion collapsed. Employees panicked, clients demanded answers, and Madoff knew the end had come. On December 10th, 2008, he confessed to his sons. "It's all one big lie," he said. The next day, the FBI showed up, and the King of Wall Street was finished.
The numbers were staggering. 37,000 victims, 136 countries, over $65 billion, the largest Ponzi scheme in history. The headlines shocked the world. How could this happen? How could one man fool so many? How could regulators ignore the warnings? The anger was volcanic. Victims demanded justice, and the world demanded answers.
In 2009, Bernie Madoff faced the court. He pled guilty. 11 federal felonies: fraud, money laundering, perjury. The judge called his crimes extraordinarily evil. Victims filled the courtroom. One man shouted, "He should rot in hell." Others wept, but there was no money to give back. It was gone. Then came the sentence: 150 years in prison, the maximum allowed. Bernie Madoff, the billionaire who fooled the world, would die behind bars.
But Madoff wasn't the only one destroyed. His family paid the price. His wife, Ruth, lost everything. His sons, Mark and Andrew, were shunned by society. Mark took his own life in 2010. Andrew died of cancer in 2014. The Madoff name was poisoned forever. Greed hadn't just destroyed investors, it had destroyed his own bloodline. Bernie Madoff died in prison in 2021, but his shadow still haunts us. Because this wasn't just one man's crime. It was a mirror showing us the dangers of blind trust, the greed of Wall Street, the failures of regulators, and the vulnerability of ordinary people. Even today, Ponzi schemes continue. Crypto scams, fake investment gurus, influencers promising guaranteed returns. Different names, same game. The lesson of Bernie Madoff is clear. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. $65 billion, 37,000 victims, one man. The largest fraud in history. Bernie Madoff fooled banks. He fooled governments. He fooled celebrities. He fooled the world. But in the end, he could not fool the truth. And the truth destroyed him. This was the story of Bernie Madoff, the billionaire who fooled the world. If this story shocked you, hit that like button, share it with someone who thinks they're safe from scams, and subscribe for more untold dramas and elite scandals. Because the past is darker than you ever imagined.